Welcome back to the second part. Now, without further ado, I just would like to introduce the next speaker. It's Darinka Lečnik-Urbancl. Sorry for my pronunciation, I'm not that good. Darinka is the president and founder of the SLO-CANIS, the first guide dog and assistance dog training center in Slovenia. She's the present chair of the Standardization Technical Committee of the Slovenia Standardization Institute for Assistance Dog within the CNN TC 452 framework and the board member of the European Guide Dog Federation. Darinka is also a trainer for guide and assistance dog, a handler for rescue dog, and a guide dog mobility instructor. She's also a certified assessor for the European Foundation for Quality Management and a consultant in financial and European law. Darinka, we really look forward to hear your presentation, which is, the title is A New Sense of Freedom with Assistance Dogs, Improving Public Access of Companion Animals and Assistance Dog, Challenges, Access Rights and Legislation. Thank you.
Thank you very much for this opportunity to present our organization. I will share with you, I hope that this will go smoothly. It's a privilege to be part of this workshop, and thank you very much for the invitation to speak at your virtual workshop, and I'm very honored to do this. So I invite you to watch a short video to make sure that the title of today's meeting is true. But I should apologize first to the people who are visually impaired, because all my videos are not audio descripted, only one of them. And if they will have an additional question, just let me know about it. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Paksu opaskoira tuossa videossa. Paksu opaskoira tuossa videossa.
Saanko sä muu?
Joo. Kun minä nyt kuuntelen vielä. Sitten kun minulla on mikki auki, niin sitten kuuluu kaikki, mitä täältä kuuluu.
Minä kuuntelen vaan takivehti. Minä näin kohta tämän piskin kanssa.
Joo.
I feel extremely proud that I'm International European Guide Dog Federation board member. All members bring their unique perspective, and this is very important part of the Federation's philosophy. Collectively, the European Guide Dog Federation is a powerful influence on policymakers and has the potential to improve the accessibility and service provision for current and future guide dog users. In the heart of Europe, between the great cities of Venice and Vienna, lies Slovenia. This is a young country which gained independence in 1991, covers an area of 20,200 square quadrat kilometers. Here, the Alps meet the Mediterranean and the Pannonian Plain meets the Karst. Although small, the country is extremely diverse. For example, one might ski in the morning on the Surrender Unself to the luxury of the Adriatic Sea in the afternoon. Slovenia is one of the top 13 European destinations for 2023 by CN Traveler. More than half of Slovenia, which is 11,800 square quadrat kilometers, is forested, ranking it third in Europe by percentage of area forested after Finland and Sweden. There are 363 square quadrat kilometers of orchards and 216 square quadrat kilometers of vineyards. Slovenia is also the home of the world's oldest wine, Žametovka, which is the 400 years old. In comparison with other developed countries, water quality in Slovenia is considered to be among the highest in Europe. Did you know that Slovenia is the only country with love in its name? The name Slovenia etymologically means land of Slavs. Love is a powerful feeling that connects all shades of Slovenian green beauties. Slovenia's national brand, I Feel Slovenia, has been in use since 2007. The brand was developed with a view to increasing Slovenia competitiveness in various fields. Since some 2/3 of the country is forested, green is the dominant color in the logo. We like to call it Slovenian green. It tells a story of unspoiled nature and our desire to keep it that way. I Feel Slovenia is an unashamedly emotive brand, which sets it apart from those of other countries. What we have here, this is a brochure where dogs are welcome with the detailed map and information. You can see there where to stay, where to eat, coffee and drinks, walking trails, just in case, veterinary clinics, how to get around. This is the map of Ljubljana, for example, but we have also a lot of maps for other parts of Slovenia. So we are very welcome country for dogs and also nice to dogs. Many of our European members experience discriminatory access problems with their guide or assistant dogs on a daily basis, and we are regularly asked to step in and help. We are constantly investigating ways to improve the situation, so collaborating with the other organizations is a great idea. 15 years we are demonstrating the power of the pet-human bond. The project that we would like to carry out in the future is based on the children's attitude toward a dog. A special feature is the fact that the child is an autist and a dog is specially trained to help children with special needs. There is no such a project in Slovenia yet, but we are aware of the responsibilities and complexity, but we have enough knowledge to start. We also want to make life easier for disabled children. Everything we do with joy and for the good of all of us. We are not a big school. Association SLO-CANIS, established 2007, is a non-government organization combined of trainers and guide dog users, and we operate independently of any institutions. Our organizational structure is simple and is in accordance with the law of associations in the Republic Slovenia. In 15 years, we have trained and handed over 36 guide dogs and assistant dogs. There are barely 2 million residents in Slovenia, and the number of guide dogs corresponds to this. Only 30 guide dogs and no support for elderly blind people are in Slovenia. The 20,000 Slovenes have one of the autism spectrum disorder, of which 4,000 minors. Help to the autistic children in Slovenia is currently limited to special exercises with the children. However, not accessible to all children. Early treatment is essential of people with autism. Ola is sweet and friendly dog. She has a lot of will to please a man and is in constant readiness for action. This video is audio description video, so I think that you will enjoy it.
The words "Friends for Life" appear in text against a purple background. A black retriever guide dog is lying on the grass. The words "Ola guide dog" appear on screen. Walking down the sidewalk along a busy street, Ola is seen with her human partner. He's a visually impaired man holding her harness in his left hand, and he's wearing a black top, blue jeans and a baseball cap. He has a long white cane in his right hand. Against a purple background, the words "Best Friends" appears on screen. We see Ola and her owner walking by a sign saying Maraba Taba. Ola's tail is wagging. She's very happy. She stops at the curb before walking off. Now they stop at another curb. Under her owner's feet are tactile slabs. Ola is looking around all of the time, checking for obstacles. Against a purple background, the words "Together they experience life." Now at a train station, they navigate up a platform. Underfoot are more tactile markings. Ola guides her human partner to a seat. The shot changes to an upward view looking up at Ola and her partner. She waits at the top of the stairs before guiding him down slowly. Text against a purple background, "The best of friends." Now away from the train station, they walk confidently through a built-up area. We see them cross more roads and Ola stops at each one. Text appears saying the time of their lives. Now without his white cane, Ola's partner praises her. He leans down to stroke her and celebrate a job well done. The camera angle changes and now they're in a grassy area. The scene crossfades to another where Ola runs free with a toy in her mouth. She runs across the grass and back to her human partner. They're cuddling and she's enjoying her fuss. Ola is wagging her tail very quickly. Text appears, "Friends for Life," directed by Guide Dogs Mobility Instructor Darinka Lečnik-Urbancl. Audio description by the European Guide Dog Federation. Fades to black.
So SLO-CANIS was founded with its only purpose to train guide and assistant dogs. We are the only guide dog school in Slovenia which has the status of a humanitarian society, charity status, and we are the first guide dog school in Slovenia which adopted International Guide Dog Federation standards. We are accredited member of them and European Guide Dog Mobility Standards. Competencies, which was the first and basic sort of workshop agreement before the SEN TC 452 appears. But I will put some notes about the original Slovenian standard therapy dog, which applies from 1st April 2023. That is not a joke, this is the real. It was created at the initiative of organizations that have been active for many years in the field of including dogs in programs to help people in the health and educational fields. These organizations are PET, Canine Unit of Therapists, Institute for Intervention with the Help of Dogs, Slovenian Association for Therapy with the Help of Assistant Dogs, Slovenian Association of Instructors, Center for Training Guide Dogs and Assistant Dogs, SLO-CANIS, that's our organization, Association of Paraplegics of Slovenia, and the inclusion of therapy dogs in the programs of medical rehabilitation, education, and social welfare institutions in Slovenia has been taking place since 2004. The operation of the organizations is based on professional starting points and long-term experience of their active members in order to ensure high quality, professional and efficient operation. Organizations also cooperate with related European and global organizations and associations. This standard defines the basic terminology used in dog-assisted intervention, rules and guidelines for checking the sustainability and training of handlers, dogs, and professional colleagues from the professional in the institutions, safe and effective implementation of programs in institutions, rules and guidelines for ensuring the well-being of all participants and dog. It also introduces a scheme for certification of therapy dog services. It covers general and specific guidelines for the implementation of its program. You see how we grow from the 2008 to 2023, and we have a lot of we did a great job on this matter. Number of trained assistant dogs until end of the year 2022 is 36. We are very proud that SLO-CANIS was breaking new ground in Slovenia again. Corona has also stopped us in our efforts quite a bit in a sense of delivering a full trained guide dogs or assistant dogs. But however, we were very active in the field of therapy dogs. We have monthly sessions with elderly people with dementia in 2 facilities, various 56 residents. And we have over 26 presentations, schools, local municipalities, around 1,500 visitors we have. And we did several TV shows and interviews. And Edin now will be another film. Edin was intensively involved in the Nevada's assistant dog training program. He is an epileptic, and Nevi gives him the confidence to be him. When Senelec receives a motion, it starts process in accordance with the certain rules of procedure. We hope that this will end in 2055, 10 years after we started. New standard is important, and providing a document which can ease work of schools and position towards the governing bodies. The standard can help to establish a trust to such school and its services provided. In addition, to show to general public seriousness and competencies of people involved in their humanitarian work. With the first step was possible to create CEN-TC 452 assistant dogs, and today gathering national delegates from several European countries. And I'm very proud on that. If there is something new to be done in Slovenia, SLO-CANIS is somehow involved. We know that impact areas such generating new knowledge, research, ideas, stimulating further research, like developing the human capacity, is crucial for our association. Without capital, speed, and efficiency, we will not obtain our mission. Oh, there are more than 3. Guide dog industry is constantly changing, and it can be difficult to keep up with latest trends and challenges. Our challenges include the rise of technology, changing workforce, and globalization. As a leader, president of association, and board members, it is vital to be aware of these challenges and take steps to overcome them and stay up to date. We all the time compete with the larger assistant dog schools, and we must consider expanding our activities. Our activities go beyond volunteer work. We absolutely need to have employed professionals just like other organizations. We must also find a new way to attract and retain new assistant dog instructor and other staff. Volunteers are looking to see heightened emotional intelligence in their leaders. Investing in leadership skills training to evolve emotional intelligence across the organization can be catapult to success. The guide dogs are co-financed by the health insurance company, and we officially have no influence on the selection of clients, because that is in the domain of the health insurance company, which they don't have any professionals from the field. We are fighting against this, and we still hope that one day we will succeed, because 2 months ago we gave a speech in our parliament in front of the entire political leadership of the country. There were the president of the country, the prime minister, the president of the National Assembly, and ministers. And elderly people are our secondary group, to which we will present occupational therapy with the dogs. Our goal is improving the quality of everyday life for people through rehabilitation and therapy dogs. According to the information received from the administration of Republic of Slovenia for food safety, veterinary sector, and plant protection, there haven't been any reported infringements of the mentioned law. There also haven't been any court judgments regarding infringements of the mentioned law since it has been in force. So actually in Slovenia, we don't record any public access issues for the guide dog users or assistant dogs users. We have only one in 2017. The lady with the guide dog didn't succeed to go into one big mall, one big store. And the result of this was in a half an hour, 100,000 negative clicks on their website. and they immediately step out and apologize. And of course, they make with us one guidelines for the dogs, for the guide dogs, how to maintain and so on. And it was very good for from something bad comes really something good. So 7 to 9% of the total population are people with disabilities. Every 12th is disabled. If to this we add the number of the family members, we can conclude that at least a quarter of Slovenian citizens are directly confronted with disabilities. Trends, the incidence of disability in Slovenia are similar to those in Europe. Namely, in Slovenia are between 160,000 and 170,000 people with disabilities. These are different, disabled because of work, children and youth with special needs, military and war disabled, mobility impaired, of seriously mentally impaired, and so on. By prohibiting discrimination against disabled people in different fields and by promoting various measures with the law, seeks to create equal opportunities for persons with disabilities in all areas of life. So we don't have actually any troubles in or problems in public services or anywhere. The people can have 3 possibilities to announce that, so they can call us and we try to help them on the spot. They can call the police, of course, and they can also use the official speaker for disabled persons in under the Ministry of Social Affairs. So, but this is rarely happen. So visually impaired Jean and his guide dog Oscar are a very special couple. Jean taught himself to play the accordion and now has his own band. And for the end, we will see how he performs with his guide dog Oscar in the group, which was the film was made for the municipality of small municipality Benedict. And the name of the video will be Happiness on the Leash, which was also our how can I say, charity mission for the Jean to raise enough money to train his guide dog.
Stay
wise people say that it's not chance, but our choice to change is our path. It is important how and when we start our journey. Our independence means that we build our life in a relation to others and on an equal basis. Actually, it means that we are different, more confident. It is important that we make a decision and follow through on our decisions. It has been a long, long journey for us to be here. So thanks again for the opportunity to be a part of this meeting, and the workshop has been a great experience for me as well. Thank you for all of your hard work to provide such a well-organized and informative workshop. And of course, questions.
Thank you very much. Great to see all the videos. Thank you very much, Darinka. If you don't have any question at this moment, we can take all the questions together after Susanna's presentation. So we have a general discussion. Hey, Susanna, I would say if you can start to load your presentation, maybe we take your talk first and then we have a general discussion. Hi, Susanna.
Okay, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, very
Fine.
well.
Thank you for the opportunity to come here and speak for you. I have listened the whole time, all the speakers, and it will be the honor and pleasure to tell you about Finland's.
Okay, and I say a few words and introduce you to the audience when you try to load the presentation. So Susanna is the president of the Finnish Association of Guide Dogs Users and the representative of the Southern Karelia Visually Impaired Association in the Disability Council. She is a board member of the European Guide Dog Federation and has worked as a teacher, headmaster, and project manager in international education projects, as well as a programmer, website producer, and accessibility developer. Nowadays, she dedicates her time to work with people who are visually impaired and in chronic pain. She actively campaigns to improve the accessibility and the rights of disabled people. And Susanna also fosters in her home guide dogs, puppies who need short time care. So Susanna, thank you very much for being with us today. Let's see if we can get access to your presentation.
Well, thank you. It is really good to hear all the important topics you have talked about.
Yeah.
Of course, because I can't follow the pictures and the videos which have talking about what happens there. SLO-CANIS have one video. It was good. All was telling what was wearing and how the dog walking, what is marking, and that's important for me because my vision is so low that I can't see like the pin needle for my left eye, so I can't see anything about pictures or videos. But I had some help to do this presentation for you, and it tells about laws and regulations for the access of guide dogs to public places in Finland, and what we have development of training standards and assistance dog or guide dogs. And there are very, very difficult words which are probably I can't pronounce right, so I might use another term in that case, but it should be writing. It should be writing in the right word in my presentation. Okay, about the speaker behind this presentation. You heard my name, Susanna Kovasin. I'm a guide dog user myself, I'm working with my first guide dog called Fiksu. Translated, it's like smart, but I like to call him wise guy due his headstrong nature of attitude towards work and free time. In addition to guidance work, Fiksu tends to note my low blood sugar. I have diabetes. I am also epileptic, but those he won't mark me, only the blood sugar. And I have brain pain chronic, so Fiksu tends to severe pain situations, for example, by warming the pain point or otherwise coming close to me. I do a lot of volunteer work, and I'm active in an association's trustee work. So we travel a lot together. We spend our free time in the forest, swimming in the lake in the summer, and snowshoeing on the ice of the lake in the winter. So for me, a guide dog is much more than a medical help aid. A guide dog is the best help for me in everyday life and my free time activities and hobbies. Fiksu is my best friend. As you can see, Fiksu enjoys his free time by playing his toys. There is the picture with Vallu, Valas, and there is a picture where Fiksu is on the ice and diving on the snow. Then a few statistics about Finland. There are approximately total 50,000 visually impaired individuals. Of them, 20,000 are blind, and the rest with different levels of lacking of vision. Guide dog users are blind or they don't have any mobility vision, like I am in that category. There are approximately 240 working guide dogs in Finland. A guide dog is defined by the Ministry of Social Affairs and Health as a medical help aid since 1958. As you can see the pictures, there are Fiksu and me. We are at official duty, and there's Fiksu's co-worker friends for an actual local event for guide dogs. More statistics. In Finland, only about 60 assistance dogs works as daily help to physically disabled or otherwise disabled people. The need for assistant dogs is tenfold compared to on the current number. In Finland, the Ministry of Social Affairs and Health has updated the criteria for handing out help aids for medical rehabilitation on 14th of March in this year. The granting of assistance dogs a medical help aid now moved to Finnish well-being service counties. And service counties, we have well-being service counties 21 in Finland, and their statutory duties of what they have to do is include the organizing of social and health care and rescue operations. Well-being service counties' responsibility in Finland is to determine the need of guide dogs and assistant dogs and to provide them as an help aid to those in need. And there you can see me and Fiksu. We are snowshoeing in this winter. We have 2 guide dog schools in Finland that breed and produce guide dogs and also assistant dogs, but mainly guide dogs. Assistant dogs came also about private kennels and breeders, but they have not an listed or registrations, but their own association. The professional guide dog trainers in Finland work only in both schools we have. From the first year, the guide dog puppies grow up in voluntary foster families, like we are. Guide puppies learn good manners and are already preparing for their future work. Love and boundaries are offered by precious foster families. The puppies are going to learn in the first year to travel all kind of transports, how to behave in shopping, and how to behave in public places. So it's a very important first year, and all our voluntary foster families is very enthusiastic to take care of guide dog puppies in first year. And guide dog puppies had those puppy vests, which have a text on the side, I'm working, or I'm going to be a guide dog when I'm growing up. The schools, guide dog schools, cooperate with the wellbeing service counties in survey work and guide dog training. And the payment process for guide dogs is often handled by the wellbeing service counties, or some cases by the insurance company. We hope and look forward to the future that assistant dog situation will be better because of updated criteria for handing out help aids for medical rehabilitation. Before this year, the person needing an assistant dog has acquired the dog by themselves, trained it, and paid all the expenses. Assistant dog users has received help for training from their own association, such as the Finnish Association of People with Physical Disabilities. Well, I'm a acting president of Finnish Association of Guide Dog Users. And what we do in this field, our association has founded in 1948. We have this year a 75th anniversary. The most important tasks of our association is act as a supervisor of the rights of guide dog users in matters of related to acquisition and use of dogs. We organize and support training for guide dog users. We organize trial activities and other hobby activities that improve the dog's condition of use. And there is a picture of one of our training camp in the summer. We also make the guide dog issue known by offering information and publication in several media. And we manage connections with entities that produce guide dogs and finance the activity. Our actual members are guide dog users, which we have almost 200. Supporting members are either private individuals or associations or companies. Then the laws and regulations for the access of guide dogs to go to public places in Finland. We have a Ministry of Transport and Communications, which defines that an assistant dog is an aid for independent movement, not a pet. And there are also told in that section that we have in Finland hundreds of visually impaired people who have guide dogs. We have assistant dogs with physical disabilities and several hearing impaired people who use hearing dogs. And that means, the statement means that all, as we speak, an assistant dog is a dog which is trained for their own task and equipped with their relevant harness. A dog is an important thing for independent movement for people with different disabilities and mobility impairments, and it cannot therefore be equated to a pet. And it should be noted, there is no right to charge a separate fee for transporting a guide, assistance, or hearing dog in any form or transport. As you can see on the picture, in public transport, such as trains and buses, has a reserved seat for all the visually impaired people. There is a sign and more leg room for the guide dog. And these are the things we have already talked about today. Article 20 of the United Nations Convention, which Jane have mentioned, that the rights of persons with disabilities obligates to take effective measures to ensure as much as independent personal movement as possible for disabled persons. And then we have in Finland, Ministry of Agriculture and Forestry, Section 18 defines that a guide dog for visually impaired person, a hearing dog for a hearing impaired person, an assistant dog for physically disabled person, and other dogs that assist a person with disability or long-term illnesses, like a hyper dog, may be brought into the customer premises of the food service apartment. And this part of text and section is mentioned our own card. Every assistant dog and guide dog association have their own card. We have a guide dog card, and there is this section writing on 3 languages, Finnish, Swedish, and this version of English. So when we go to places which have a challenge that restaurant owner told that you can't come in with your dog, we have this card and we can show that we have a law in Finland which defines that we can come in this restaurant. But that doesn't always help. But it has created to the tool, with the tool of dog user, that showing that he have every legal right to go that restaurant. In principle, the user of guide dog has the right to go everywhere he or she needs to go. And it is protected by law. Also, the guide dog user must have access to their own workplace, school, or other educational institution. You cannot go to the swimming pool and spa facilities with your guide dog, but in this case, a quiet waiting area or cage of suitable dimensions will be arranged for the guide dog. And there are also, for example, very loud places where I don't take my guide dog because the music is so loud or something like that. And I ask for the personnel that if there is a quiet place that my guide dog can wait when I am in 1 hour on the listen to the loud music. Then we have the equality law in Finland, which prohibits discrimination based on disability. A disabled person must receive equally generally available services and goods, education, and work. The authority or the training organizer, the employer, and the provider of goods or services must make appropriate and reasonable adjustments necessary in the given situations. The purpose of reasonable adjustment is to enable the realization of the equality of the disabled person and to support their independent and full participation. There is one example for you. There is a guide dog user who wants to grow shopping food, groceries by her or himself. And there is the reasonable adjustment is that guide dog users go to the information desk or cash register and ask someone to be helped inside the shop. And the shop owner have to do that. That is the adjustment. Then we have the criminal law, which also prohibits discrimination. And if there happens denying of guide dog user entry can meet the hallmarks of discrimination, no one should be put in worse position based on the disability. Blocking entry or other discriminatory practices can result in the criminal penalty in the district court. And many of the guide dog users has done that. I know that much. We have challenges in the access rights of guide dog users, of course. We have companies with foreign background whose religion forbids dogs. We have chain companies with foreign background which have issued a ban on dogs in general for all their offices. For example, gym chains. We have escalator manufacturers who impose unreasonable rules of transporting a dog, such as carrying a dog. We have taxi drivers or bus drivers with foreign background who have fear for ban on dogs because of their religion. They refuse to accept a guide dog user as a customer. Then we have accommodation companies that want to charge a pet fee when staying with a guide dog. And in this year, there is this funny sign I have told that has been put in escalators, and there is a text that it's reading like statutory order to carry your dog. Well, we have working on that to solve and ask the escalator manufacturer what they're based on that statutory order, because there is no law which can do that. Okay, then we have talked about today, and listen very carefully for the standards of assistant and guide dogs. We have also SEN TC 452 in Finland. And the Finnish Standardization Association is responsible for doing that. Assistant Dog Association, the Finnish Association of People with Physical Disabilities, the Guide Dog School, and the other Guide Dog School is involved. The important terms and the agreed definitions, they have started the standard works to define what is guide dog and what is mobility assistant dog. There is a coherent series of standards in preparation, including we have Finland 6 parts what we follow. Vocabulary: dog lifetime welfare, competencies for assistant dogs professionals, and training and assessment, client service, accessibility, and universal access. And these topics are designed to the 6 working groups. Each WG prepare 1 standard. The committee decides that there will be 1 conformity assessment for the whole set of SEN TC 452 standards, but we heard that before today. But also the standard is important because it will provide requirements of process of selecting, training, and matching, and following up and retirement of assistant dogs and assistant dogs teams. So conformity must be assisted as a whole package. If certification is applied for, the test house will need to take all the above parts of the standard series to consideration. It's a large package. And then I have information what the all 6 standards will include. And from my point of view, when I get know of this all series, it's like to all areas of what we need to development of training and keep up all good work with assistant dogs and guide dogs from their puppy life to the retirement. Because there is also dog lifetime welfare, which working group 2. And then there is the competencies for assistant dogs professionals, which working group 3. And there is also professionals must have profound knowledge of each type of dogs, medical alert dogs, mobility dogs, hearing dogs, etc. And then there is working group 4, which is about training and assessment. And there is important standard because there is the dogs for training, socialization, and puppy racing, general training, additional requirements for each type of dogs. Then there is a working group 5, which describes the whole process, acquisition of an assistant dog, matching, team training, aftercare, and retirement. So the whole package. And there's accessibility and universal access, working group 6, which we have here already today. And there is a guidance for the implementation of accessibility measures at public and private bodies responsible for the built environment, including transport and travel systems. And like Jane told, and we heard before, this standard contributes to the implementation of United Nations Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities. The work is under preparation, and it's on like we take the first steps at this point, and we hope the first standards are expected to publish in 2025. What is the benefits of using these forthcoming standards is obvious. we will have coherent system for the whole dog training process in Europe. All operators will know what is expected from them. And there is one guide dog going to NATO. I think there is a rare ship on Helsinki's dock, I think. I didn't select the pictures. Someone else did, and they told that pictures has deep depth on my text. So hope you enjoy it. What have been presentation sources and acknowledgement? Of course, my own association, Guide Dog Users, Finnish Guide Dog School. Almost all pictures is from Tom Jaatinen, leader trainer of that school. And then the Finnish Standardization Association. There's an expert and leader, Suvi Pasanen, who helped me. And also from Jane, from European Guide Dog Federation. And as you can see, there is a picture with four of active student. Thank you very much for your attention. And I will be happy to tell you more if you have questions. And then I promise to tell you that story, that how resourceful our dog users have when their discrimination happens in restaurant. We have this event happens on one area in Finland, and one of the dog users says this, that she had time for a couple of hours as she goes to the town and pick a restaurant and have a pizza. Okay, she went to the restaurant, and the in front door she was told that you can't come in with your dog. So she was, what? I have been here like 3 years before, many times. So this person told that we have this new policy that no, in our chain, in this restaurant, no restaurants can come to the dog. So this dog users go back to the event and told this what happened to other dog users, and they was stunning. And then they took a 3 dog user and go to the same restaurant. The same person was at the door and told it, oh, have fun, we have 3 dogs coming to our restaurant, welcome, we take you with pleasure. And they told that what happened before, that one customer with the dog, and they said that some you have to do something and apologize for that user. She's very sad about this case, and she got I don't remember, 4 or 5 meals without payment in that restaurant. So that was the apology from the restaurant. So dog users are resourceful themselves when they have in mind, and they have to take places on to put the things right from the discrimination.
Thank you, Susanna. That was very interesting. Thank you for sharing the stories about, Finnish dog users that and they very interesting ways of dealing with discrimination. We have time now for questions. If you if a question for both Darinka and Susanna, if you want to share stories of your own countries, it's so interesting to see that you know, there are different ways of dealing with these discriminations, but also different ways of, you know, organizing the care around assistance dog and guide dogs. Does anybody have any question for Susanna or Darinka? Well, while you think about it, I have a question for Darinka, actually. We already heard from Susanna that there are very few cases of not acceptance of guide dogs. And it seems that in Slovenia, there is also a pretty good situation, that there is a very, very few cases of not acceptance. Do you think it has to do with the kind of better communication around, you know, around the status of guide dogs, better regulations that actually protect the users? What's your
definitely because of the communication, because 15 years ago nobody knows about guide dogs at all. So when we trained the first 2 guide dogs, we have a little problems to go to shop centers or post offices and so on and so on. Maybe also have a little problem with public transportation, but only with the buses, not with the trains. And we start to talk with the managers for the companies. We have a lot of presentations in middle of the center city. We have also, we approach to the general managers for this kind of big restaurants or big malls and so on. But this was the all personal approach. We did it first in our part of Slovenia, so when we live in Maribor, and then we sort of start to make some public awareness in Ljubljana, in the center city. And because of that, I think that it takes maybe 5 years, then we can start to be recognized. And this was the main how can I say, achievement from us, that we have this personal approach to the bigger sort of this kind of partners in Slovenia, for example. And nowadays all public or offices, post offices, put the stick on the in front door that all dogs are allowed to enter the post offices. Nevertheless, there are guide dogs or assistant dogs, all kinds of dogs, so also the pet dogs. We didn't have any problems with the taxi drivers, because taxi providers are sort of associated in one association of the taxi group, one taxi group, and we make a presentation there, and we how can I say, we break this problem with our European Guide Dog Federation conference, which was in the Brdo at Krain, nearby the airplane facilities. And of course, we also announced that probably when this conference will be held in 2014, it will be a lot of guide dog users which are coming with the planes or the planes and so on, and how we can handle the situation that only one guide dog goes to the our airplane. What was the name there? Adria. The name of the company was the Adria, And they said, oh, this can be a problem. So we will change the policy of the airplane Adria company, and they allow 3 guide dogs or assistant dogs on the plane at the same time. So it was a huge result of this kind of conference and a good publicity and so on. So I think that not the laws, not anything else, but only the personal contacts and a lot of promotion of the working guide dogs.
Thank you. That was very interesting. There is a question from Holland. Yeah.
Yeah, I found this whole talk fascinating, but I think the lady that has just spoken, I think they have literally got the whole thing sussed, and I absolutely love the way that they're dealing with it. Like with us here in England, there's a lot of problems that still need to be ironed out, but it was amazing. I loved watching the video that she put up. It absolutely touched me, but I enjoyed the whole presentations of everybody today, and thank you for inviting me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you for the good words, but I must say that we are only 2 million population, so it is easier to make some contacts with them than in 60 million population country. This is our advantage, but we learn a lot, and of course, we try to help in the way we can help. We can provide this help.
Thank you. Thank you very much for sharing all your incredible stories. I was delighted to learn, such a different range of experiences. Yeah, it's really heartwarming to see that there are places like Slovenia and Finland where I fully understand it's a much smaller country, but there are much less issues. And Susanna, thank you so much for your presentation. What you told us about Finland was really inspiring, and all the work that you're doing on the standard. I hope we can take this work forward. I will send you further information if we have a chance to organize other events and have other opportunities to share experiences. Thank you very much again to everybody.
Thank you.